We all know about the Washington Commanders rebrand, and name aside, I don't even want to touch on that right now. People can feel how they want to feel about it. Maybe I'll make a video about that in the future. But today, I wanted to touch on their new uniforms and kind of just give my thoughts and review them since we've seen them on the field for a solid 9 games if we count the preseason. So I feel like the Commanders uniforms now are just a few tweaks away from being pretty good, but where they're kind of standing now, they just fall a little short. Now, I am for one, I did like the Washington Redskins uniforms and Washington football team's uniforms, whatever you want to call them. I liked that uniform template. I thought it was clean. It always looked good. And however they mixed and matched stuff, it always just was aesthetically pleasing. Now with the Washington Commanders uniform, there are some highlights of the uniform that I like, and then there's some not so great parts of the uniform that I like. Let's just kind of go from top to bottom. So their standard helmet that they wear most games is a matte burgundy helmet. And I gotta say, the burgundy matte helmet is really good looking, and I do like the helmet. That's one of the bigger standouts of their uniform. But where the helmet kind of falls short, in my opinion, is the sticker that they choose to have for the Washington logo. I feel like it should be outlined in either white or black, because how much black is incorporated into uniforms, it would just kind of, I don't know, highlight the logo a bit better. For it just to be yellow, I don't know, it just kind of looks a little lackluster. They could do a little better of a job. And I would also like to see this helmet with a yellow face mask. I feel like that would really pop real well. I'm not saying that the burgundy face mask doesn't look good, but I would just like the variety of seeing what the yellow face mask looks like, kind of like what their old helmets used to look like when they were the football team and the Redskins. And while we're on the topic of helmets, they have a new all black alternate helmet. And again, I feel like it is close to being really good. I like the numbers on the side of the helmet, very similar to how they wore it when they were the football team. But one thing I don't understand is why they put that small W in the front of the helmet. It just looks really wonky. And on top of that too, the W in the front of the helmet is not outlined in burgundy like the numbers are on the side of the helmet. Why don't they outline the W in burgundy? It'd give it more continuity with the numbers on the side, let alone the flag they have on the back of their helmet also isn't outlined in burgundy either. Again, it would just tie in the helmet all that much better. I feel like a yellow and burgundy stripe down the middle of the helmet, similar to their burgundy helmet, would really tie in that helmet to look really, really sleek. Now working our way down to the jersey portion of their uniforms. So I gotta say right off the bat, I don't mind their burgundy jersey. I think it looks pretty solid. I definitely think that is my favorite jersey that they have at the moment. And I do agree with a lot of Washington fans. I do think the yellow is a little too bright, and I think the burgundy is a little too bright also. It doesn't look exactly like the old Redskins burgundy and yellow, but I get it. You know, of course, they're rebranding and whatnot, so they changed it up a little bit. But I do think this is their best jersey so far. When they were playing in the sun, the yellow does really pop, and it does stand out quite well. And with the template that they have, there's not a lot of things I would change about this jersey. Of course, you could completely redesign it and go in different directions. Just off of what they have right now, it's really not that bad. So moving on to their white jersey. Now their white jersey really is not my favorite. I don't get where they were going with this one really at all. I think they dropped the ball on the white jersey, probably the most out of their 3 jerseys that they're wearing this year. So obviously the Washington Commanders 3 main colors are burgundy, yellow, and black. Those are the 3 colors that they're really leaning into, right? Makes sense. But on the white jersey itself, the only yellow we see on the entire uniform is on the Nike swoosh on the shoulder. Why is that? It makes no sense to me at all. The way you can make this jersey pop and tie into the whole uniform as a whole is where we see the gradients within the numbers, how they're a little bit of white with the burgundy. Just change out the white for yellow, and then you would have a yellow and burgundy gradient, which personally I'm not a fan of it very much of gradients, but if we're sticking with this template, you have a burgundy and yellow template with black outlines, it would look 1,000% better. It truly would, and it would tie into either helmet that you want to wear, and it would just look that much better. And going to the shoulder, I would just outline the black stripe on their shoulder with a little bit of yellow, and boom, it's all tied into one another so much better. And I think they are just that close to having a good looking white jersey. But as of right now, as it sits, it just looks like a Florida State jersey, and it's just not that that great. So moving on to the final jersey we're going to talk about is their black jersey alternate. And I think this is a solid overall jersey. I have no major complaints about it. It does pop on the field. The yellow is very vibrant. You can see it from very far away, especially on TV. It really grabs your eye and I don't mind it. I like the state flag on the sleeve that pops. They even have a little bit of camouflage on the shoulder, very dark gray and black camouflage. Don't hate it. It looks pretty sleek. The patch on the left side of the jersey for the 90th anniversary, and then they have the Commanders insignia down below that. I think that looks pretty good with the Commanders on the left shoulder. I definitely like it there more than above the numbers like the burgundy jersey and the white jersey. So I definitely like that where it's a little more subtle on the left part of the upper chest. But definitely the black jersey is my second favorite jersey that the Commanders are rocking right now. And I think there's not a lot of tweaks you got to do to it, if any at all. Okay, so now moving on to probably my biggest complaint about the uniforms, other than the white jersey, of course, is the pants that they have gone with for the burgundy pants, the white pants, and even the black pants. Why is there no striping down the leg of any of these pants? It's just monochrome burgundy, white, and black. And I know the black pants have a little bit of the camo going down their side, but you can barely see it. Only like high quality pictures or up close shots on TV, you can actually see it. So I'm not really going to count it. But again, these pants would just look so much better if they went with a simple striping like the Washington football team and or Redskins used to wear. And it would just make those pants tie into the rest of the uniform so much better and it would just pop. Why they went with monochrome colors on the pants is just beyond me. I know that's kind of the Nike uniform template that a lot of teams have been going to, like with their rebrands and even college teams over the last few years, but still, like, come on, you have to see that as it's too plain. It really is to just rock monochrome pants. It's like the Jaguars when they switched up their uniforms last few years. They did the same thing. They just wear all black pants, all teal, all white. I do like minimal uniforms personally, but you got to be able to tie in all your colors, right? With the pants and the jersey and stuff. When it's just one color, you obviously can't tie into all. The burgundy pants that the Commanders are currently wearing, you could simply fix that with just a simple yellow and white stripe with black piping on the outside and inside of them. Very similar to their old burgundy pants, but just highlight a little bit of black on the inside and outside and perfect. You know, tying the rest of the uniform so well. And then the white pants, same similar thing, right? Just same exact thing. You do a yellow and burgundy stripe down the side with a black outline and it would tie into the rest of the uniform so awesomely. It would look so much better than just being mono white. And then of course with the black pants, I would just do a simple yellow stripe with a burgundy outline and it would just tie into the rest of that uniform so beautifully and it would look really, really good. I truly don't understand why Nike for the last few years have been thinking monochrome pants are cool. I'm definitely not one of those people. Maybe there's people out there that thinks, wow, just all white pants or all burgundy pants looks really great, but I'm definitely not one of those people. If you just add a few subtle things like a couple stripes and some black outlines, it would just tie into the uniform so well and it would just make the overall whole uniform really, really pop. It truly, truly would. And I'm not going to spend too much time on the socks because so many teams now just have the players wear the long tights all the way down to their cleats or they just wear the socks all the way up and they don't really have any striping or anything. So I'm not really going to complain about that too much. Just wear whatever tights that match the pants and I think it'll look great, whether it's the burgundy pants, the white pants, or black pants, just wear the socks or tights that match. So for the Washington Commanders rebrand review for their uniforms, I gotta say I don't hate any of them. I just think all of their uniforms as a whole are just a few tweaks away from being very, very good. But as it stands right now, they're just all right. And I would like in the future if they were able to bring back the throwback uniforms that the Redskins used to wear, where they had the leather helmet with the old school uniforms. I think that'd be awesome. Obviously, they couldn't wear any of the Redskins patches or anything like that, but you still could do a throwback uniform like that. I would like to see that incorporated sometime. Maybe once the NFL drops even the 2 helmet rule, and if the NFL ever lets teams use, 3-4 helmets in a season, they'd be able to do that. But that's definitely a uniform that they can bring back to call back to their heritage, but without having really any Redskins insignias or logos or anything, but it would look really, really great on the field. So just to reiterate, I do like the Commanders burgundy helmet. helmet. I think it's really good. It's just a few tweaks away from being a really, really great looking helmet. I think the burgundy jersey and black jersey are definitely their two best, and the white jersey really falls flat for the reasons that I stated already. And then all three pairs of pants can use some improvements. But again, the whole rebrand isn't a complete flop. It's just a few tweaks away from being really, really good in my opinion. So with that said, what do you think about the new uniforms? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you actually like the white jersey? Let me know down below in the comment section. While you're down there, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time, guys, everyone have a great day. Thanks for watching.